Bagels. Everybody loves bagels. They're as American as apple pie. Now, I'm not advocating to eat bagels all the time because they are starchy and they are a simple carbohydrate. However, there are ways that you can take a bagel and make it a more healthful food to eat. There are also lots of variations today, and I have some here to show you. We have our traditional bagel. There are also mini bagels, bagel flats. We have gluten-free options. There are also low carb. And there are a lot of things we can do with the bagel to make it less fattening and less starchy. The best thing you can do with the bagel is to hollow it out. So I have sliced this bagel in half, which I would love to just dive into as is, but instead I'm going to hollow out the inside of the bagel just by pulling out the doughy part. And I'm sure you see people doing this. In fact, you go to any bagel store, any deli today, and ask them to hollow out your bagel, and they don't look at you like you're crazy anymore, because people like me 5-6 years ago were going in and asking them to hollow it out, and we've done all the work for you. Just say you'd like a hollowed out bagel and they'll do it for you. So you just take out the inside, and then what you're left with is this. Now, it's not that this isn't a starch, a simple carbohydrate, but you have removed at least a third of the bagel, and sometimes a half, and you go as close to the edge as you can. You can also hollow out a mini bagel. You can hollow out a gluten-free bagel, but when you do a gluten-free bagel, you want to be a little bit careful because the gluten-frees do tend to rip apart a little more easily. Now, traditionally, everybody thinks of a bagel as going with cream cheese, right? I have a bagel and cream cheese, bagel and cream cheese. Well, one thing you can do to make your bagel a little bit healthier is to add a protein to your bagel. So instead of having a bagel with cream cheese, think about your bagel with a protein. Some options are egg salad. And the recipe for my egg salad is on my site, because I'll make an egg salad that has many more whites to yolk. Very healthy, very good to eat with the bagel. Another option, something that people never think about, is cottage cheese. If you add a little black pepper to it, maybe some fresh parsley, it really makes it very savory, full of protein. So instead of having cream cheese, sometimes think about having cottage cheese instead. Really delicious. And the traditional way of having a bagel with cream cheese, when you actually add some Nova Scotia, or some people refer to it as lox, you're adding a very good protein to it because it has very good fat. And as I said, you have protein. Now, I added cream cheese to this half. On the other half, I'm going to put butter. I happen to prefer butter when I have that with my Nova Scotia. So one half is going to be with the cream cheese, the more traditional way, the other with the butter. I'm going to put the Nova Scotia on top. You can kind of really stack it. Nova Scotia is low in calorie, high in protein, and filled with good, healthy fats. The benefit to hollowing out a bagel, not only are you saving calories and carbohydrate, but you also make room for your filling. Makes for a neater sandwich, you'd be surprised. So I like to squirt a little fresh lemon juice on top of the Nova Scotia. And then I like capers. So I put a few capers on top also. And if you like them, great. If you don't, it's just another way to think of your bagel. A little less traditional. And here I have little mini bagels that I've hollowed out, and this one was filled with egg salad. You can see how much of the egg salad you can get in there and how much of the carb that you've actually lost. And here, this one is filled with cottage cheese that I flavored with freshly ground black pepper. You should really give it a try and see if you like it. One of the beauties of cottage cheese is you could buy them in these little individual cups. Makes it just so easy because you might not be a cottage cheese person. You don't want to eat cottage cheese every day, but you can buy it in a little cup and just a single serving. I actually only used half, but you could use the whole thing if you were having a larger bagel. Also, for cream cheese, if you're one of those people who have no control over how much you have, you can get cream cheese now in individual servings, and this way you know when you open up that little tube inside, you squeeze it out, that's how much you get. It's a great thing to have, like all the other portion control products on the market. There's also another new product called the Bantam Bagel, and what these are traditional bagels. There's nothing different, filled with cream cheese. They come in a variety of flavors and they have about 100, 110 calories each. So if you're really craving a traditional bagel taste, but you don't want to have a big jumbo bagel that has 500 calories, if you have one of these little Bantam bagels, you're going to get that taste without all the calories. And if you feel like you have to have more than one, have two, but you've had 200 calories as opposed to 500 calories of a traditional bagel stuffed with cream cheese. And these come in all different flavors. They come in everything, poppy seed, sesame. They have sweet ones, which I would stay away from because I try not to have too much sugar. But they are absolutely delicious. Lose nothing in taste. So if you want to have a bagel, as my grandmother would say, fresh, enjoy, hollow it out, keep it simple, maybe go a little gluten-free, maybe try a flat. If you do that, you want to toast it. Try a Bantam, have your bagel and enjoy. Nothing is better than a bagel. Okay, so you know I've told you I love bagels. Going on a desert island, if you only have 5 foods, if I'm gonna pick a bagel as one of them, you know I love them. I love them so much that I found myself a little bagel headdress, which I actually love. And the best part about this little bagel is it has no calories and no carbs.